Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Creative Corner. We've got Norm on the disabled list, so here's Dave with a special guest host.
Thanks, Dan, and I'm here with our special guest host, Mike Siegel. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, Dave. How are you? Hi, everybody.
It's a pleasure to welcome you to This Week in West Hempstead, and we're so excited to hear about all the cool input that you're going to be giving us.
Is there yelling involved?
No yelling. We're going to be talking about all the exciting, fun, interesting things that are going on around town. And you know, the first stop was this past Sunday at Halls Pond. They had a Halls Pond cleanup that was sponsored by the Young Israel West Hempstead Sisterhood, and it was between 10 and noon. It was an amazing event. Well attended. When I went there were people signing up at the gazebo. They were given garbage bags. They were given gloves, thank God, because God knows what they were touching. And they went out and they scoured the park, picking up garbage. They were everywhere. And it was really exciting to see.
This was a unique example of people getting to find a problem and then getting to yes. Find a way to fix the problem. Complaining about a problem is easy. We all complain all the time. But here, the Young Israel Sisterhood and the people that work with them said, this is a problem. This is our park. We want it nice. We want it clean. We can complain to the town all we want. Meanwhile, we're going to put on our gloves. We're going to get our brooms. We're going to get our shovels, and we're going to clean it ourselves, and we're going to do the work. And that's just amazing.
It is amazing. And if you go to westhempsteadecho.com, you'll see there a bunch of pictures that I took of kids picking up garbage, whole families, people surrounding the lakes, a duck that's able to go, without any garbage, a woman by the fence, people of all ages. It was amazing. And, the part that I really liked the best was it was whole families, and there were kids there as young as probably 3-4 years old to seniors probably in their 80s, all of them bending over and picking up garbage, not complaining, doing it with gusto and with excitement to really keep, our very, very sparse land or public land as clean as possible. And it was great.
And we all have a piece of that park. It's always been a destination for everybody. My daughter actually got engaged in that park. It's a special place. It's not that big. It's a wonderful spot. And to make it nicer, to make it cleaner, and to hear about the multi-generational team that went there, that's just lovely.
Your daughter got married there?
Engaged.
Engaged. Wow. I mean, by the gazebo? And
Yep.
We love the gazebo. We love the gazebo so much that it's our background, and it's been our background since we started. I mean,
it's a lovely background.
It's a lovely...
It kind of looks like a green curtain from my point of view, but I guess on camera it looks
That's some of the magic of video. Dave, do you have any indication as to how much they actually managed to collect over the course of the event?
I have no idea, but I literally saw bags and bags that were full of garbage. So, I'm not sure how they measured it. I don't even know who took it away. Perhaps that's a good follow-up for the organizers, because we really got to thank them because, again, who wants to go and clean up garbage on a Sunday morning? I mean, that's like the last thing that anyone would want to do, and yet they were out doing it. Amazing stuff.
So I'll just say, folks, do us a favor. Don't throw any garbage around there. I know stuff blows in, but let's not have to do this too terribly often because we're keeping it neater.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is, cars go speeding by down Nassau Boulevard, down Hempstead Avenue. You got your dirt bikers and all of the lunatics, going, from 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. Sorry, Mike, this isn't a rant. This is just kind of, the way that it is. And as these jerks are, hitting the gas, they're opening up the windows and throwing their, fast food out the window. You see it time after time.
You don't just see it on the big streets. I live on a pretty small street, and sometimes on my corner there's beer bottles, Burger King wrappers. I mean, there's just all sorts of stuff. People just must pull over, open their doors, dump it out, and leave. And it's a shame. And when it's your property, you take care of it. You go over and you you pick it up carefully. And when it's public property, we all kind of think, oh, it's somebody else's problem.
Unbelievable. You know, Halls Pond is a treasure. You got the 9/11 memorial there. You got the Korean memorial there. There's other landmark monuments and things. You know, it's the beauty of West Hempstead. Let's keep it clean. We don't need volunteers to come all the time. You know, police yourself. Throw the stuff out and stop throwing crap out your window. Sorry, maybe this was a rant.
Sound a little ranty, but worthwhile.
Okay, so you know, a little bit off topic, but you know, something that we need to start thinking about is hurricane preparedness. It's beautiful, 88 degrees, sunny every day. I looked at the long-term long-term weather patterns. Don't see any real rain coming in or coming even off the coast of Africa. But this is just the beginning of hurricane season. Hurricane season starts from the beginning of August all the way through the end of October, I think, with the peak somewhere like in the end of September. So we just got to make sure that we're prepared. And we're thankful for the town of Hempstead of sending this hurricane preparedness guide, which kind of gives you everything you needed to know about getting ready for a hurricane.
Yeah, it's important to think about it. I for years would just take those things and throw them out. But when you actually sit down and look at them, there's a lot of useful information that us homeowners don't even think about, don't even think to have. After I read that and I actually spoke to one of my local firemen, I was going over our plan in our house when I actually had, you know, kids in my house that I liked. No, I like all my kids, but when I actually had kids living in my house. And one of the things we noticed was from our second floor, we don't have any really way out other than the deck door. And if somebody's stuck somewhere, it's not going to be great. And we actually put these little inside the house. You cannot use them to climb into my windows, but inside the house that we could throw out a window once we open the window, little ladders. It was probably more for my teenagers than me. I'm not sure I would be able to climb down one of these ladders. I'd probably just fall and break my leg. But I care more about them than I do about me, so it worked out fine. And if you don't want to take weather seriously, take a look at what's been happening in Kentucky over the last few days.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Devastating.
You know, and also, you know, we're actually coming up to the 10-year anniversary, believe it or not, of Sandy. Sandy took place in October of 2012. I know that because I was the news director, general manager of News 12 Interactive. And I got to tell you, when the whole tri-state pretty much went underwater, News 12 went into action, and we were going at it 24/7, or in my case, 24/6 for a fairly long time. And it was devastating. So your point about Kentucky is really important. You never know when things are going to change, and you got to have a go plan, and you got to be ready at a moment's notice to get going.
I was remembering, we talked about the anniversary of Sandy, that I had friends who lived in Merrick, which is closer to the water than West Hempstead, and they had 6 or 8 feet of water in their basement. And what I was told was, when you get water in your basement like that, your appliances, you know, think about it, your washing machine, your refrigerator down there, they all seem so big, they become buoyant, and they become like 300-pound weapons. So we should all have a plan. We should all be careful. But if your basement ever fills with water, unless it's a living being down there, whatever's down there is not worth going down there into that water to get. It's only worth going down there to save somebody's life. None of your possessions are worth going in there for.
Absolutely. So, you know what? In the coming weeks, I think we're going to talk a little bit more and more about storm preparedness. Again, fortunately, nothing imminent, but you never know. And I think it's important to take a look at the hurricane guide. We'll have links up on the site later this week, and better to be prepared than not to be prepared.
Absolutely.
So coming up this week, we got a few events in Hempstead. Let me go through them. So on August 3rd, there will be Nowhere to Run with the ladies of Motown hit the stage at Uniondale Avenue Park in Uniondale. Should be pretty exciting, right? You know, Motown, that is pretty...
Is that a running event or a concert? That's a concert.
Nowhere to Run, but I think it's a concert.
A concert, okay.
Yeah. Coming up on the 4th, Sky's the Limit, a tribute to the Duprees at Rath Park, Franklin Square.
Exciting.
Who are the Duprees? I know music. At least I thought I know music. I think the Duprees are from the 50s. I'm guessing there's some sort of doo-wop type of thing. Dan, you want to maybe...
I will take a look, but honestly, we're showing both our age and our demographic here. I don't know if it was aimed at us specifically.
All right. Well, if you happen to be a Dupree fan, it's your lucky night.
Next week's rant will be from a Dupree, annoyed that we didn't know who they were.
It's a tribute. I'm not sure if any of the Duprees are going to actually show up, and if they did, anyway. And on August the 5th, Georgia will be on your mind when Forever Ray performs the hits of Ray Charles at Hendrickson Avenue Park in Elmont.
Him I've heard of.
Yeah, Ray Charles. So that's going to be a great, great show. You know, we continue to look forward to these incredible concerts that are typically sponsored by the town of Hempstead. And you know what? Go out and bring your kids and enjoy the Duprees.
The price is right. And
exactly.
And it'll be fun for you. It's fun for your kids. It's fun for the whole family.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap it. Oh, hold on. There's breaking news. There is breaking news.
But I can clear up for you that the Duprees are, in fact, an American musical group of doo-wop style. Series of top 10 singles in the early 1960s. Their highest charting single, You Belong to Me, reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1962.
Very good.
So there you go. Well, actually, I like this bit. Apparently, in the 1970s, they recorded as the Italian Asphalt and Pavement Company.
Oh, yes. You know what? I think I actually did follow them. It was that and Bachman Turner Overdrive. Anyway, you know what? That's going to do it. That's going to do it for this week. This week in West Hempstead. Mike, thank you very much for sitting in for Norm. And Norm, we look forward to you coming back in the seat next week. Thank you, Dan, and we look forward to all of you joining us on WestHempsteadEcho.com.
Norm, it's all yours. We miss you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, to sponsor this and our other programs, reach out to us at sales@WestHempsteadEcho.com.